What's good, people? It's your boy NLG. Welcome back to the channel. You know what it is. Honestly, still seething after that game against Man United on the weekend, but we moved to Kairat, a game which should be a walk in the park. We'll see how that goes tomorrow in the Champions League. Honestly, we've done ourselves a good job in the Champions League where we don't need to focus on that game. 7-7. And hopefully we can rotate the squad fully. We've heard that Timber, Saliba, and Marino went in training. Hopefully that just means they get rest and can literally have their feet up on the couch, and that's no injury news. But I wanted to speak about. I want to do more of a thought piece. I want to sit down and talk with you guys and think, yeah, what the state of not just the Premier League is, but of Arsenal, because there's certain quotes and certain things that just ring true to me when I think about this Arsenal team and whether they're ready for the title charge or not. Now, before I go on to show you these clips, I just want to say Arteta has done a fantastic job at this club. Now, should he have earned the time initially? I don't think so. The standards of Arsenal Football Club are super, super high. And being an ex-player, one thing I did believe about Arteta was, or what I had hoped when we got Arteta was maybe he'd see the errors of Arsene Wenger's teams towards the end that weren't solid enough and weren't and were basically pushovers. Teams would just come and swipe us up. Our defense was shambles, but we could play good football going forward. And I was hoping that Arteta, having been a player in those Arsenal teams under Wenger, and then having been at Man City, could come to Arsenal and implement a system that was more solid. But I feel like we've gone completely the other way, away from Wenger's free-flowing football to complete control of every single inch of the pitch and trying to control every micro situation that might occur. And I think this has caused severe rigidness. I'm not the only person to say this. It's caused a rigidness in the way we play. And on top of that, I don't think it's just Arsenal. I think the Premier League as a whole has shifted to a style of playing influenced by Pep Guardiola a lot. But also, I also think Arsenal are also starting to influence the way teams are almost playing in a way, like the long throws, the set pieces. Not that those things haven't been around for a long time, but it feels like it comes back round in circles. Let me, this quote sticks with me so much, and it's from Zinchenko of all people, who I don't know what's going on with him, and I'm not going to play the video, but he was speaking with Rio Ferdinand. This is an interview from 2 years ago. And I really love this interview. Like, say what you want about Zinchenko. I'm still mad at Arteta for not playing him in midfield. I actually think Zinchenko could have been a fantastic left 8 option or backup, and continuing to play him at left back and exposing him. But anyway, shout out, big up Zinchenko. But Rio asked him what the move was like from Man City to Arsenal and the differences he saw. And what Zinchenko says here is basically after his first session, he thought to himself, oh my God, wow. The quality, as he says here, I was watching Arsenal and the quality was insane. It was incredible. He said, but the quality we have is incredible. He said he had obviously played against Arsenal when he was at Man City, obviously won titles at Man City, was playing left back, got good minutes there. You can't doubt what Zinchenko's done in the game. So he said the quality he had once he came to Arsenal, having previously played them and now being in the team, he said the quality was incredible. But in his personal opinion, he sees in some of their eyes that they just don't believe it. And correct me if I'm wrong, people. This was an interview from 2 years ago. Zinchenko is now not even in this squad, barely played a minute. Don't remember the last time he touched pitch for us. I still don't think we have that hunger in our eyes. You look at the Man United game. You look at a team who were hanging around with 15th last season, have had to sack Amorim, have welcomed back yet another ex-pro to come manage the club. And look how Man United wanted it, how much Man United wanted it when they came to our carpet. Time and time again, we've had games this season. And we know, I think we all know the players are capable. The players are capable. They can do this. I fully believe these players can do this. But there's something about the system, the aura, the mentality around the team where we don't, again, they don't have the ability to grab it. A couple of Arsenal fans were mentioning, like, even like Noni Madueke. He came on at the end of the game. We made like 5 subs. Some of the earliest subs I've ever seen Arteta make, which shows the level of desperation and how much we are on the ropes in knowing that we've thrown away key points and that dropping more points against United was quite diabolical. Made the 5 changes. There was a time when Noni Madueke couldn't keep the ball on the pitch. He was running the ball off. One time he ran the ball off and cracked a smile. And it's like, you need to be mad at yourself for that, because again, the way football is now, it's become so much more zonal and compact in the way teams set up and defend. So if you're coming on as a winger, you need to make sure you're hitting that line and putting in crosses. When Gyökeres is in the box, feed him that cross. That's what we need from our team. But yet somehow we just keep messing it up. We just keep messing it up, and we just can't seem to catch a groove. I want to also show you something that Arsene Wenger said. I'll probably get banned for this. They'll probably take down the video, but I want to show you what Arsene Wenger said. And this one right here. Let me pull this up. They're probably gonna pull me up for this, but listen to this from Arsene Wenger, one of the individuals in the Premier League, one of the legends in the Premier League that played some of the best football with some of the best players, the best technicians in English Premier League history, recent history. Yeah, alongside obviously your Fergies and your Peps. Listen to what he had to say.
The same generations, I would say that it's a bit of worry that when you imagine the brain of a football people or football player, you have what's coming out from outside, the discipline, what you are told to do, and the freedom, the part of your brain that has freedom to express your own talent. Maybe we have gone a bit too far with what's coming from outside, the discipline, the hard work, the defending, and taken a little bit freedom off the player, and maybe we have to reconsider to better again part that is left to creativity of the player and that is coming from outside, from what you have to do. And you feel that sometimes the players play now by being just worried first to do, not to make a mistake, and just to respect the discipline, because they know if I don't do it, I don't play anymore.
The silence is loud. Does that remind you of any team? Because again, once again, I praise Arteta for taking a team at the end of Wenger's years. Funnily enough, the person you see speaking about this, Wenger had teams of players. When you speak to Vieira or you ask Ian Wright, they tell you that Wenger didn't really coach these players. Like, it's not like he was yelling at them in at halftime and all of that. He let them express themselves. But don't get me wrong, that came with changing the culture of football entirely. Wenger did. He was a big part of that. The way they eat, the way they sleep, the way they train. But making sure to sign players with technical abilities that fit a system, but not overcoaching them so that they can express their differences. What we have here is we're signing players from different countries with different styles of playing, and we're trying to mold them all into a formational system of how to play against opposition. And what you need to realize is, you look at all of the Prem teams that have won the Premier League over the last few years, they all have their mavericks. They've all had their players that have just pulled stuff out of the bag. Obviously, City and Liverpool are the ones that have like won the league over recent times. You can name enough players. You can go back to your Sanes and Sterlings, your Haalands, your Agueros, your Rodris, your Fernandinhos, your Yaya Torres, your Companies. Look at Liverpool, you got your Manes, your Salahs, your Firminos. Even go to Leicester City. Remember Mahrez them days? Cutting and whipping it, top bins, Jamie Vardy whipping it. You had your Kantes. So all of these teams had something about them. They had to be solid, yes, but they were also able to break down teams. Now, I also don't want to ignore the fact that football has also changed since the Leicester City and early City days in terms of the way opposition teams set up, because you can't just make a blanket statement to say, Arsenal are just entirely rigid. Like, the game also depends on the opposition, right? But Wenger is speaking facts, I have to say. And I hope Arteta sees that video, because, you know, we've gotten so close. Clearly, Arteta's tactics have worked to work our way up the table. But I think it's really showing in 4K that Arteta struggles with the attacking side of the game. He's fixed a problem that was prominent in Wenger's team and the team that Arteta used to play in. He's fixed a key problem. And actually, I give him big props for that. I don't know how many managers would have done as good a job setting us up in terms of solidity. But we have to change. We've got the players now, so there's no excuse. We've got the players now. We need to be more free-flowing with how we set up in the top half of the pitch. You don't always have to play Odegaard. You don't always have to play 2-8s. We don't always have to play the same formation, in fact. Maybe in certain games you play 1-6, have Rice, put Eze and Odegaard on if you need to. Or if you realize Noni Madueke can't cross and neither can Hincapié, a lot of people are like, why did you put Saka out on the left? Saka was one of our best players. But actually, in a way, for the first time in a long time, I was actually like, maybe not in that game, but for the first time, I was like, actually, maybe you can put Saka on the left in some games, because guess what? He has a wicked left foot. So if you're bringing on Gyökeres as well, get a player on the left who's left-footed that can actually whip in a ball. Maybe get Martinelli on the right. Why was Martinelli not playing in that game? So, again, it's a wake-up call for Arsenal. This is the state of Arsenal right now. We fixed a problem that was prominent in Arsene Wenger's days. But to Zinchenko and Wenger's points, one, we don't have the hunger in our eyes. I don't think we really have the hunger. Like, the Premier League trophy was sat at the Emirates, bro. It was sat in the Emirates Stadium 2 seasons ago. We looked at it in the face. We saw our reflection in that trophy. But we didn't get the inscription in it. We this season need to really have that dog, that hunger to go and win this league. And we can. The players are good enough. Players, I beg you, even if Arteta is telling you to be in a 2-meter square box of the pitch and operate in that, free yourselves and play football. And Arteta, I need you to listen to what Wenger's saying. I need you to listen to what Wenger's saying. I think we've gone too much the other way, and we're being too prescriptive. We're stifling creativity. This isn't even just a football problem. This is a life problem. We're optimizing for too many things that aren't the art of the game. Let's go back to the art. And I think we can do it this season. But right now, if we keep playing like this, anything goes. Listen, people. So, boy, NLG. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm out. Peace.